Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here. You might remember me from such Let's Plays as this one, like a month ago. Oh my god, that looks really weird. 2 seconds. Okay, that's a lot better. Sorry, there was like something weird going on with like the screens overlapping, and then I was like, ugh, this too. I was basically seeing like the game screen. Oh, it's Joey. I forgot I named him Joey. Like Joey Wheeler. Because he's an American who lives in Japan. Let's go, pal. I'm not your pal, buddy. So, it is, 2:15 in the afternoon on Wednesday, the 26th of August, if you'd believe it. As we are here. And hopefully going to rinse Blue and take him for all he's got. It has been a long time. I feel like I say that at the beginning of every video. It's been a long time since I've recorded. Well, this is why, and it was always the same reasons why, so I'm not even going to bother anymore. Let's just get her done. Like, I don't know where I heard that. It's been like in my head the last while, just like, instead of like get this done, like get her done, said like, I don't know what, like get her done, like fucking, it's like my brother used to watch this show. Do you know, like one of these like, I'm gonna apologize in case I insult anybody here, right? But you know those like fake reality TV shows? As somebody who has watched plenty of fake reality TV in their time, I feel like I have ownership of calling something a fake reality TV show, or the right to call something a fake reality TV show. I am well versed in reality TV. I know a fake when I see one. Damn it, I wish Bite was a dark attack in this game, which it obviously isn't. Malkovich, though, is, like, cracking skulls here. Anyway, like, my brother used to... Oh, that's actually, at this time of the game, is actually quite good. Yes, please. Splash. How will I ever live without Splash? And all Magikarp can do is splash his blobby around. I don't know, have I told that story before? Let's try out our new Dragon Rage here, seeing as we are a dragon, allegedly, even though we're not a dragon type. You call that a bite? This is a bite. I don't know if I've told the story of Magikarp can only splash his blobby around. Anyway, I'll finish talking about the reality TV show first. My brother was like, used to watch this program called Mountain Monsters, right? It's the same thing. It's the same show that I got that What's the Grass Who doing it, or not the Grass Who. What's the Yahoo? What's the Grass Who? I just caught a Cubone. How funny you should say that. Better get going. I hope he hasn't caught all the Cubone. Smell you later. The freaking new age retro hippie or whatever, new age rocking hip. What's he called it? The new age retro hippie, isn't it? New age retro hippie. We can't do anything there now. Like, before I continue to start talking about mountain monsters or whatever, there is one thing I think genuinely is surely a mistake in this game, and that is what they did with the fishing rods. Like, if you go down here, you need the Poke Flute to get past the Snorlax to get the fishing rod. You also need the Poke Flute to get past the Snorlax to get the fishing rod in Fuchsia City. So, like, basically they're both unlocked at the same time. And I feel like the good rod and the super rod are like swapped from where they should be. I feel like what it should be is that the good rod should be down here, but before the Snorlax, so that you can get access to actual water Pokemon, which we can't yet, unless you haven't noticed. And then that the Super Rod shouldn't be unlocked until Fuchsia City. That would make perfect sense, but that's not the way it is. That's not the way it feels. You can forget about that dime. Or no, you can keep the dime. You can forget about that call and you can keep the dime. Time to use Dragon attacks on Fairy-type Pokemon in Gen 1. Anyway, Mountain Monsters, like, it's a bit of fun. I'm not going to, like, I have no issue with anybody watching something that is fake reality TV, as long as you're not kind of, like, hoodwinked into thinking it's real reality TV. That's like where I stand on it. The same as like, as you guys know, I have no problem with watching freaking WWF or whatever, or didn't anyway in the past, even though I haven't watched it since. When was the last time I saw anything to do with WW or WWE actually? When was the last time I saw anything to do with that? Probably when I found out that there's an Irish wrestler now called Finn Balor and he's hot. But anyway, I haven't watched it in like probably 20 years now or more. But like, again, I think in your heart you have to know that it's entertainment, right? It's not like Olympic Greco-Roman wrestling or some shit, right? It's entertainment, and that doesn't get in the way of it being a hell of a watch, right? The same thing with Mountain Monsters. Just because it's not real doesn't mean you can't enjoy watching it, right? Anyway, I don't know where that whole Git'r thing is like after coming into my head now from somewhere. I just know it's going to be the next stupid soundbite that I can't stop saying. Like Git'r. It sounds like, I don't know why it sounds like something from Mountain Monsters, like the same thing I got the grass who or like what's the Yahoo doing in the Grassman's territory, and then we started talking about then I think in that episode, I don't know whether it's in that episode or whether it's something we made up, but either way, I feel like in my memory of that episode that someone said maybe they're breeding. Maybe they're breeding. And I think that's where we got the concept of the grass who from. The grass who. It's like Horton hears a who. Oh gosh. The grass who. Do those kind of TV shows even exist anymore? Like, I feel like... So, whenever I go to a hotel... What a start to a story, right? Whenever I go to a hotel... But, like, so, when I go to a hotel... Or I go to my parents' house because my... Oh, no, I thought he disabled my bite. But he didn't. He disabled something else. The, Malkovich is disabled no more. What a line. So, whenever I go to a hotel, or I go to my parents' house, I feel like that's the only time I ever see, like, what we would have called terrestrial television. I don't know if that's what we would have called terrestrial television. Terrestrial television. Like my parents have Sky, right? And when you go to, or like other households in Ireland will have Sairview, which is like where you get like the state television channels, like stuff like that, right? The 4 channels that we would have, as the iconic 4 channels that every TV can receive, right? If you have a cable, a Sairview cable. So cable television, I don't know, terrestrial television, I think is what I would call it. Cable is like an American thing, I think. Anyway, so that's the only time I ever see, like, I get the opportunity, because I actually quite like it, like, of like surfing the channels and like seeing what's on, right? So instead of being like selective, you're kind of just like, I suppose, moseying around, seeing what's on offer when it comes to TV, right? And I feel like there are certain TV shows that only work really with that kind of thing, right? And I think we've seen that with stuff like cartoons, the way that pretty much Cartoon Network is dead in the water, and you just don't have that same culture anymore of, okay, well, what's on the children's television channel, right? This is the Cartoon Network channel. What's the programming that's on the Cartoon Network channel, right? We just don't have that anymore, because kids are freaking either watching Cocomelon, or who's the cute one? Bippy or Blippy or Bop Bippity Boppity Boo, I don't know. Or else they're just watching like unboxing videos on TikTok or some shit, right? Literally, like crap like that rots your brain. Not like Ren and Stimpy, you know. You know. I don't know. Or Beavis and Butthead, which is what I was watching when I was 7 years old. But like I feel like that the same applies to like reality TV programming, or things like even things like things like Hell's Kitchen, right? Hell's Kitchen, the next season is starting in just under a month. And I'm like, that is definitely a kind of a, like, you're not going to tune in at a certain time on streaming for Hell's Kitchen or whatever. If you know what I mean, like, there's just something that doesn't really work about that in a streaming world. Like, that kind of programming is supposed to be scheduled programming, I suppose, is the way that's made out. And you're like, oh, I wonder, this week the new episode of Hell's Kitchen is coming out or whatever. And there's this kind of, because it's coming out at the same bat time, same bat channel every single week, there's almost this kind of culture of, well, I know when it gets going, and Polo and I will be doing our weekly debriefs and stuff like that. Like, there's that kind of thing about it, like, oh, the last night's episode of Hell's Kitchen. And I feel like all of these cheap reality TV shows, you're never going to, like, let's say on Disney Plus or whatever, you're never going to be like, oh, let me watch the next episode of Mountain Monsters. Never. You're never going to be like, let me watch the next episode of Mountain Monsters. I really want to binge watch Mountain Monsters. I don't know, maybe you do. But it's the kind of thing that you kind of watch because it's on, I suppose. Like, because it's just there. I have no idea. I'm not sure whether I'm making, like, a very highly relevant point, but the fact of the matter is that the way people consume television programming is very different now to what it was 20 years ago, you know? Or even 10 years ago, at least here. Like, I feel like Netflix was only a thing in Ireland from, like, what, 2014 or something like that? Something like that. Like, I remember my first introduction to Netflix was that and that was like the first of those streaming services to exist over here, and it was for the longest time. They didn't, like, there wasn't any other competing service for ages, but the like, my first exposure was my friend getting me to watch House of Cards and being like, yeah, this is only on Netflix, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll never watch it then. Well, lo and behold, I did watch it. I did end up watching all of it. But yeah, like, it's so I think things are very different now. It's not about, like, certain, like, channels specializing in certain programming, and that programming then being scheduled for certain times. You know, it's just different, and I don't know. I kind of like it. Every time I'm in a hotel and I'm just kind of like, well, what's on the TV? I'll surf around the channels a little bit. I always end up watching something fun, you know. There's like when I was in Galway when we went to Macbeth, my other brother and I, not the brother that was watching Mountain Monsters, the other brother, like, we ended up watching this. It was like after we came back. First of all, there were like 2 episodes of the X-Files on. I was like, sweet, I get to watch 2 random episodes of the X-Files. Finally, some good fucking food. And then on the other channel that I was watching while the ads were on that channel, because I am one of those people who, when the ads are on one channel that I'm watching, I will be, like, swapping around to see what's on the other channels in case there's something other than ads that I can watch. And then sometimes I just, like, start watching something else in the middle of it, or I don't know, it's like that for me is like television watching, you know what I mean? You're not watching anything in particular, you're just watching the television. But yeah, the other thing that we were watching was like this like reality TV, well, like this slice of life kind of fly on the wall sort of show about, like, some woman in the north of England who's a lorry mechanic. So, like, she goes out when lorries are stuck or broken down or whatever. Like, and we watched this half-hour show about this woman trying to get a lorry up and running again that was broken down on the side of the road. And it was like, you would never choose to watch that. Like, you're never going to be watching like Disney Plus and be like, oh, I'd love to hear this story about this person. And, you know, it was a lottery mechanic, but it was actually really fun to watch in the end. You know, I was really glad that we watched it, and now I have a story to tell, right? So I guess it's almost like radio. Like, it's like the difference between radio and podcasting. Like, that's the thing that you like about the radio as well, isn't it? Is that it's kind of more passive, that you kind of just like enjoy whatever you're presented with. You know what I mean? And if you don't like the song they're playing on this station, you just go to another station and see, oh, I wonder what they're playing there. And I suppose television was like that before, or still is if you're watching terrestrial TV, as I call it, right? It still is, I guess, but that's kind of not really a thing anymore. I think like Cartoon Network is the biggest tragedy, like the biggest tragic loss of that. Like, every time I go, like, I don't know when the last time was that they actually made a show. Like, I remember being at my parents' house and being like, well, I wonder what's on Cartoon Network, and it was just like 8 hours straight of like Teen Titans Go and Wee Baby Bears. Like, that's what it was. And then like an hour of Gumball at like 10 o'clock at night or some shit. Like, it was bizarre. I honestly, I couldn't wrap my head around it. It was the most bizarre thing that I had ever seen on the television. Like, what the hell has happened with Cartoon Network? And like, there's it's one thing like to not make new programming. I feel like the last new programming they really made was Steven Universe, and then they started doing crazy shit like making Steven Universe Future and Fiona and Cake or some shit, right? But like, it's one thing, like, not making new programming, but, like, you have such an amazing back catalogue. Like, you have a whole catalogue of amazing programming from the last, like, something like 35 years, you know? Like, show that shit. That's what people want to watch. People would watch this. Show all of it, you know? And I think Cartoon Network I'm sad about, because, like, Nickelodeon, come on. Like, Nickelodeon, like, I don't think the same quality was ever there, to be honest, and they like stopped making good shit a lot sooner than Cartoon Network. But Cartoon Network was always like really, like, I think they were really making really fantastic stuff. You could tell every single creator who was creating a show, they got to pretty much create their vision, you know, which you can tell because every single show is so different. Whereas if you look at Nickelodeon, everything looks very similar, or looked very similar. Like, clearly on Cartoon Network you just had a lot more freedom, and I think it's sad that you don't really have that anymore. Now, how much moolah do I have? So wait a second, how much is this thing? I've got a hideous plan. I've got a vile plan. I was like, I could wait until Fuchsia City and go to the fucking Safari Zone of Doom. A coin case is required. This is freaking, I don't know what it is. It's class discrimination. Like, I don't have a coin case, so I can't even look around your establishment. Here I am, you'd see, just because I don't have the coin case, I can't look around and see what's in their establishment. Psst, there's a basement under the game corner. I'm flat out busted, and now I'm gonna bust. So wait a second. I can walk into let me get this straight. I can walk into your establishment with an empty coin case with nothing in it, and then you're like, "Please, sir, have a look at our wares." But without any coin case whatsoever, but I've got 36,000 fat ones burning a hole in my pocket. You're not even going to show me what you've got. So 2,800. Okay, 2,800 is what a Dratini costs, because it's cheap in this game. Not like freaking... Well, I suppose Porygon is cheaper in blue, which that's a nice trade-off, I guess. I'd prefer to have cheap Porygon and just catch a Dratini, but for the purpose of this game, I'm not going to complain. Do you need some coins? Give me some seeds, bitch. So 1,000 for 50 coins. So what's 2,800? 2,800 divided by, or multiplied by 2 is 56. So I need 56,000 coins. So if I have if I get 20,000 coins more, or 20,000 more Poke Dollars, and aren't there, like, I was just gonna say, aren't there just, like, coins floating around here? Because I would like to get, like, Dratini now, especially since that motherfucker takes so long to level up. Like, that's almost 50 coins right there. That's saving me $1,000. And now I only need 19,000 Poke Dollars. Like, I would like to get Dratini now. That motherfucker takes so long to level up that I'd prefer to get it now rather than waiting until, like when you get to Fuchsia City, that's practically the end of the game. What do I have left after that? You know? I mean, I went through this in Pokemon Fire Red, or Leaf Green, sorry. We were playing when Fire Red and Leaf Green came out on the Nintendo Switch online, or, well, no, to buy, because you had to buy it. Not that I was complaining. I mean, like, I'm never going to complain about having to buy something. It's like you make the choice. Then do you want to buy it or not? You know, do you vote with your cash, or do you just want to have the experience? You know what I mean? But what I don't like is when I feel like I'm not getting my money's worth. I feel like if I enjoy playing Pokemon Fire Red for 100 hours, then I'm getting my money's worth. Like, what I don't feel is my money's worth is the infamous, like, and I agree with this. You know, I'm not one to go with the crowd, right? But like the Legend ZA DLC is ass. Haven't I talked about this already? I feel like I have. I feel like I've done my angry video game nerd bit on the Legend ZA, the Legend ZA, I almost said Poltergeist DLC. I don't know why I wanted to say Poltergeist. There's 100 coins right there. Glad I found that. I think this is actually going to be doable. Don't I still have nuggets that I can sell? How much stuff do I have in my coin case now? 230. Okay. Well, that's good. So wait a second. Maybe I'll do this, like, in between videos, but I'm pretty sure I have done the whole, like, Legend ZA's DLC is ass before, and it's nothing new. Maybe I also have some TMs that I can sell. And if I end up being short, then what the hell, I do Erica's gym, and then I'll have enough for... No, I don't want Bill's PC. I want Rex Rap's PC. Withdraw. So TM34, TM01. Like, Moonstones, can't I sell them? Like, I'm not going to have anything to use a Moonstone on. Where are my nuggets? Did I sell them already? Don't tell me I sold them to buy potions or something. Let me figure this out off screen, everybody. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching this part of Let's Play Pokemon Red, the Dragon Tamer run. I will see you next time. Bye now.